there, my name is Angela Oliveto, and I am here today to show you how to utilize some great greenhouse ingredients to make some really easy and great tasting recipes. I can't wait to show you. Okay, here we are. We're going to start off with our recipes. Our first recipe is going to be a very simple vegetable salad using these beautiful, colorful, and great for you ingredients. I'm going to show you how to cut a pepper, and then I'll show you how to cut a tomato, because those are one of the few ingredients that we're actually putting into our salad. And first thing you want to do is just take out this pith in the center because it doesn't taste really good. So we're just going to clean this up really quick. And I just actually clean it up a little more with a knife. You don't have to, you can use your fingers. And then we're just going to dice the pepper. I like to use a lot of color, as you can see in a lot of my recipes. You eat with your eyes first. So we're going to cut those, and we're just basically dicing the vegetables to make the salad, and that's why it's so simple. There's a lot of these ingredients you'll definitely probably find in your fridge, and they're easy to get if you don't have them. So here we go, we've got our peppers. Again, make sure you wash your vegetables before you actually use them. These are all washed already. Here we have these beautiful tomatoes, and all you have to do is for the tomato is wash it, obviously, but then just take the core out there, and I'm just going to dice this as well. So you're just cutting it that way, then you're turning it over, and you're making small dice, because what's important is when you're eating a salad or any type of recipe, you don't want to make the pieces too big, you want to make them mouth size, okay? So here we go with the tomato. So we've got our second ingredient. Our third ingredient is our greenhouse cucumber. And a lot of the cucumbers, the skin is actually quite thick, so I like to peel it. So basically what you're doing, we're not going to use the whole thing, so I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm just going to peel half of it. So I've peeled it, now I'm going to cut it so it's easy to work with. I always want to try to make sure anything round or oval, there's a flat edge so it's easier to cut. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to try to make all the vegetables the same size. Okay, I'm going to cut that. So we've got our cucumber. And a few other ingredients that we're going to add to the salad that don't necessarily need chopping is black olives. And you can use them sliced if you like. You don't have to use them whole, or you can use green olives if you don't like black olives. We have crumbled feta cheese that we've just crumbled up a little bit, and we've got white kidney beans to add to the salad. And then the only other thing that we're going to be doing is making a slight little tiny vinaigrette to add some flavor to our salad. So what we're going to do here is we've got red wine vinegar, we've got olive oil, we've got salt, and we've got fresh ground pepper that I'm going to be adding to this. And it's very, very simple. You can add other ingredients like oregano, basil. It all depends on what you like and what you have in your cupboard. A lot of food is made to taste. So whatever you think tastes good, you can add to it, okay? The only other option we also have is garlic. I love garlic. It adds a lot of flavor, and most definitely you'll have it in your kitchen. Most people do have garlic in their kitchen, so we might add that to that. So, you know, I've chosen, I think I'm gonna add oregano. So see, I've decided to add oregano even though I have basil. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna add our vinegar. Okay, and to our vinegar, we're gonna add our olive oil. Okay, I'm gonna add some chopped garlic. Just a little bit, not too much, because what happens if you add a lot of fresh garlic to something, it's actually pretty overpowering, so you don't want to do that. I have dried oregano I'm going to add to this. It's a Mediterranean style type of vinaigrette because we've got feta, so oregano and feta work really well together. We've got salt, gonna add a little pinch of salt, and you can always add more salt. So start a little bit and then you can add more because you don't wanna add too much, it'll be too salty and you can't take it away. And I'm gonna reach over here for some fresh ground pepper because that's the best way to get your pepper, but if you don't have that, that's okay. I'm gonna add some fresh ground pepper to this. Okay, and all you have to do is whisk. So you're trying to emulsify all the flavors together and to blend them all in together. And the other trick I have for you is if you don't have a whisk and you don't want to put it together in a bowl and you want something a lot easier, this is a great little trick. It's like a little Tupperware container. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna get all the ingredients and you're gonna pour them individually like I did into the bowl. And instead of using a whisk, you're gonna seal it up and you're gonna give it a shake. Look how simple this is. You've made a vinaigrette using a little Tupperware container. And then if you don't use the whole thing, it's already in a container, put the lid back on it, put it in the fridge, you're all good to go, okay? So next, obviously, we're gonna get this salad together. We're gonna add our beautiful ingredients that we've cut up. So I'm gonna grab a bowl and I'm gonna go and get all the ingredients that were chopped and we're gonna add them to the bowl. Okay, we have all our ingredients and what we call it is mise en place. And what that means is to put in place. So it's really easy if you got all your ingredients for your dish and have them in front of you, then you can just easily put everything together without having to move around too much. So what we have here is we've got our cucumbers, you know, nicely diced, peeled and diced. Okay, we have our beautiful greenhouse tomatoes. We're gonna add to that. Okay. We've got our green peppers. Wow, this is gonna be great. And we've got some kidney beans, white kidney beans, just to add some protein. And it's a lot more filling. You can actually have this as a meal. And of course, we've got a choice between our black olives, whole black olives or sliced. I'm gonna put in the whole black olives. And we've got our crumbled feta cheese. That'll add some kick. This is great. And last but not least is we have our vinaigrette that I did in a little Tupperware, which is awesome. It's a great idea. So I'm gonna just pour that in there. And that's it. You're just gonna mix this. That's all you're doing. You can adjust the taste now if you wanna add more salt, more pepper, but you gotta be careful because we've added salt to the vinaigrette and feta cheese is actually salty, so you don't wanna add too much salt. But this is wonderful, and you know what? You can make this ahead of time. You can do this earlier in the day, keep it in the fridge, because what happens is all the flavors come together the longer it sits. So if this was sitting in the fridge, oh, in a couple hours, this would be great. But again, you can eat it right away. And look how beautiful this salad took minutes to create. Our Mediterranean vegetable salad.
The Ontario Greenhouse Vegetable Growers and the Greater Essex County District School Board, working together for the young people in our community. This project is funded in part by Ontario Agri-Food Education.